One AI agent running outbound calls for a live call center, over 5,000 hours of real conversations, and more than $800,000 in verified revenue. We ran this head-to-head against the human call floor. On the same leads, humans couldn't keep up.
Wonderful. Let's see if we can get you some help today. And Alex, can you confirm you are between the ages of 50 and 62?
This happened in under 6 months. And this wasn't a software demo. This was a live, high-volume call center campaign we ran for a real client.
My name's Logan. I'm the director of pay-per-call for a company called Efficient. We've been in business almost 20 years and primarily operate in the lead gen space. We own and operate a handful of sites where we're generating anywhere between 85,000, 95,000 registrations a day.
Call centers don't fail because human reps are bad. They fail because human labor doesn't scale cleanly. When lead volume spikes, staffing lags behind. And when volume drops, all of a sudden you are overstaffed. You are constantly trying to match people to demand, the right number of agents on the right campaign at the right time of day. But even strong teams miss follow-ups. Even the best reps drift off script. And when things get busy, consistency is the first thing that breaks. This isn't a people problem, it's a systems problem.
Meaning having the right agent at the right time for the right number of leads at the right time of day would be probably the largest challenge or the toughest challenge to encounter when it comes to call centers.
Hiring more reps doesn't fix inconsistency. It just adds more management, more lag, and more overhead. So instead of scaling headcount, Efficient tried something else. What happens if one AI agent takes over the front-end qualification work? No hiring, no training, no scheduling.
Obviously, with AI agents, you're not worrying about lunch breaks. You're not worrying about staffing. They can either be on or off. If you don't have a campaign that's viable, you're not worried about employing and unemploying. Meaning if I need to spit up or double the size of my call center tomorrow, it's very easy to do that with an AI versus a call center with human agents, being that there's that lag time of training, hiring, interviewing, etc.
Most people assume that AI hurts customer experience, that callers will resist it. In this case, the opposite happened. Buyers in high-volume lead gen are used to offshore call centers. Background noise, latency, language barriers. When the AI called, the audio sounded clean, the pacing was consistent, the voice sounded natural, and it spoke clear US English.
Thank you for saying that, Alex. I truly do care, and I want to help you navigate this. I'm here to listen and guide you through this process as best I can.
People trusted the AI more than human reps. They shared information more freely because the call felt professional.
A huge differentiator of the AI in comparison to a human, especially given that they're offshore, is the customer experience. Given that you're speaking to someone that doesn't sound foreign, people oftentimes refer to it less as a scam. People are more comfortable sharing information. It also doesn't have a language barrier where it doesn't understand the client as well. So a thing that significantly changed was my customer experience. I find oftentimes they don't mind talking to the AI. If anything, they enjoy it over some offshore reps.
This wasn't about being smarter than a human, it was about discipline. In highly regulated industries, you can't skip questions, but humans get tired, they start softening hard questions, they start to improvise. The AI, on the other hand, didn't predict, it executed. It asked every mandatory question, it followed the checklist every time, and it only transferred calls that met all the criteria.
I think primarily that would surround script adherence. I think the ability to the AI to stay on track produces a significantly higher quality of call on the back end for our partners. If something doesn't qualify, if something isn't meeting the expectations, it isn't trying to send a call through for performance metrics or for bonuses. It's only trained to send a call through when it actually meets that criteria.
Consistency beats talent at scale. One number explains why this worked at scale. Cost per call dropped from roughly $35 to $15. That's not optimization, that's a completely different cost structure.
In terms of performance, my cost per call went from $35 to $15. So almost a 70% decrease in call generation costs.
To match the AI's output at that cost, our client would have needed an entire human call floor. More managers, more reps, more overhead. Humans promise perfect follow-up. AI executes it. Every lead, every time, at any hour. No fatigue, no cherry picking, no drift.
It eliminates the lag time of hiring, interviewing, onboarding, training, and getting them up. So from a time perspective, I can double the size of a campaign overnight with an AI, which is impossible to do in a call center.
Buyers don't care who makes the calls. They care about quality, compliance, and cost.
So most of our partners prefer the AI for several different aspects, not only just quality, but compliance is a big standpoint too. There's no fraud guaranteed. There's no coaching involved,
Once they saw the results, budgets followed performance. Over $800,000 in revenue was generated from this single campaign. I want to be clear, this isn't magic. This works when leads are warm and are expecting a call. Qualification rules are clear and revenue is driven by calls, bookings, or transfers. This does not work when you rely on cold calling, when volume is too low, or you can't really define what a good lead is. This is a system, and systems only work when the inputs are right. When those inputs are in place, the outcome is simple. Same leads, same buyers, different execution.
If you've been on the fence about AI, you should do it, because if not, you will get left behind. Just a matter of when, not if. So far, between the experience, the direction of where we're heading, and just the nature of how we do business, it's just a super cohesive fit that I would recommend to anybody.
If you want to see what an AI agent like this would look like in your funnel, you can book a call by clicking on the first link in the description. And if you want to hear this directly from the pay-per-call director overseeing this campaign, the full interview with Logan is linked as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.